Now that we know what a computer network is, let's look at the core building blocks that make networking possible. When people first hear the word networking, it can sound huge and complicated. But at the beginning, it really comes down to a few simple pieces working together. You need devices. You need a way for those devices to connect, which we call media. You need a way for them to communicate. And you often need shared services that make the network useful. If you understand those four ideas, you're already building a strong foundation. Let's start with devices. Devices are the things that use the network, connect to the network, or help the network function. Some devices are endpoints, like laptops, desktop computers, tablets, phones, printers, and smart devices. Other devices help move traffic, like routers and switches. And some devices provide specialized support, like firewalls, gateways, or other systems working in the middle of the network. So when you picture a network, don't just picture cables or Wi Fi. Picture the actual things that are connected and doing the work. That's where networking begins, with devices that need to talk to each other or use shared resources. Next, we have media. Media is just the path that carries the signal from one device to another. Sometimes that path is physical, like copper cabling or fiber. Sometimes it's wireless, like Wi Fi or cellular. No matter what form it takes, media is what allows information to travel. A good beginner way to think about it is this: devices create and receive the information, media carries the information. So if devices are the people in the conversation, media is the road the message travels on. Without media, the devices may exist, but they have no way to reach each other. Now let's talk about communication. A network is not just a bunch of connected devices sitting there. The real point is for those devices to exchange information. That communication might be simple, like opening a web page. It might be practical, like sending a document to a printer. Or it might be ongoing, like streaming video, syncing files, or joining a video call. For communication to work, the data has to move in an organized way. A device creates the data. The network prepares it for travel. It moves across the connection, and the receiving device processes it. So, communication is really the action part of networking. It's the reason the network exists in the first place. Here's something really important: communication on a network is not random. Devices cannot just throw information out and hope the right thing happens. There has to be structure. The data has to be packaged in a way the network can carry it. It has to be labeled so the right destination can be found. And the receiving side has to recognize what it is getting. That means networking depends on organized communication, not chaos. You will learn later about things like frames, packets, addressing, and protocols. But for now, the big idea is simple. Networks work because communication follows rules and steps. Now let's look at shared services. A shared service is something on the network that multiple devices can use. A printer is a shared service. Internet access is a shared service. File storage can be a shared service. Applications, time services, name services, and security services can also be shared across a network. This is one of the biggest reasons networks are so useful. Instead of every device doing everything by itself, a network lets devices use common resources together. That saves time, saves money, and makes work much more efficient. In real life, that could mean multiple users printing to the same printer, several devices using the same internet connection, and many systems relying on the same network services in the background. So let's put all this together. Devices are the things on the network. Media is the path between them. Communication is the movement of information. Shared services are the useful resources the network makes available. When these pieces work together, a network becomes something powerful. A laptop can reach a website. A phone can join Wi Fi. A smart thermostat can send information through a gateway. A printer can receive a print job. A user can access files or other resources across the network. That's really what networking is. Not just hardware, not just cables, not just Wi Fi, but a system where multiple parts work together so communication and sharing can happen. This lesson matters because every advanced networking topic builds on these simple ideas. If you understand the building blocks, then later lessons become easier. Addressing makes more sense because devices need destinations. Routing makes more sense because data needs a path. Switching makes more sense because traffic has to move between connected devices. Troubleshooting makes more sense because you can start asking the right questions. Is the device working? Is the media working? Is communication happening correctly? Is the shared service available? That is why this lesson is basic, but not unimportant. It gives you the mental picture you need before moving into deeper topics. So let's wrap it up. The core building blocks of networking are devices, media, communication, and shared services. Devices use the network, media carries the signal, communication moves the data, and shared services make the network useful. If you keep these four ideas in mind, the rest of networking will start to feel much more logical. In the next lecture, we'll continue building from here.